Hello and welcome to Freedom Watch, your daily dose of raw liberty, streaming online at foxnews.com. I'm your host, Judge Andrew Napolitano, here defending freedom, defending your natural rights, and defending your right to have a government that stays within the confines of the Constitution. President Obama's home state of Illinois has certainly seen its fair share of political corruption over the decades, but the recent level of criminal dishonesty from the governor's office on down to the local level is truly chilling. The 5th Congressional District in Illinois is the seat previously held by disgraced former Governor Rod Blagojevich and current White House Chief of Staff, the very crafty Rahm Emanuel. But my next guest says the 5th District is also the people's best hope to bring back political and fiscal accountability, limited government, state sovereignty, and individual liberty. Joining me now is David Ratowitz, candidate for the United States Congress to represent Illinois' 5th District. David, welcome to Freedom Watch.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, Judge Napolitano.
It's a pleasure. What chance does a small government, freedom-loving, states' right defending, free market supporting person like you have in the land of big government and corruption outside of Chicago?
Well, in 2010, I'd say my chances are excellent. The 5th District is a very middle-class, working-class district, has a very low rate of people on public assistance, has a lot of small businesses, but very few big businesses that benefit from large government contracts. So this is a district that tends to pay for government, but doesn't really get the benefits of big government. It's a district that has never reelected an incumbent when the unemployment rate is above 7.5%. As we know, the unemployment rate nationwide is now 10.2%. Here in the 5th District, it is considerably higher. So this is a district where people have seen the negatives of big government. We deal with government corruption all the time. We, thanks to our former congressman and Governor Rod Blagojevich, have had it blow up in our faces. And I believe the people of the 5th District are ready to move on.
I have often argued, and I think you probably know this, David, that we really don't have a two-party system in this country. We have a one-party system, the big government party. There is a Republican version of it that likes war and assaults civil liberties and tolerates deficits. There's a Democratic version of it that likes wealth transfer and likes taxes and assaults commercial liberties. But in Illinois, where there's Chicago politics played fist to nose, is there even a Republican Party to speak of?
Well, there is a Republican Party, and that's actually one of the main reasons that liberty candidates such as myself have an opportunity to make a real difference here in the 5th District. There's a resurgent Republican Party. There are people who know the Democratic machine is wrong, that their answers of just take from someone we don't see and spend where we can see it, those answers are collapsing on themselves. People are looking for something else. They're looking towards the Republican Party because that's what's there. The Republican Party sees this, and there seems to be a genuine movement within the Republican Party to embrace liberty candidates such as myself.
I've talked to a lot of liberty candidates like you, from Rand Paul, Dr. Ron Paul's son in Kentucky, to Chris Simcox, with whom I'll be speaking shortly in Arizona, to Jesse Kelly in Arizona, to David Thorne in Pennsylvania. And here's the image that I get from all of you. Republican rank and file are ready for a Barry Goldwater, small government, save the free market, maximum individual liberty, leave us alone type of Republican Party. It's the leadership that is infested with this our version of big government. So my question to you is there a disconnect between the rank and file and the leadership in the Republican Party in Illinois and even throughout the country?
Well, I don't think I can speak to anything throughout the country. I'm here in the 5th District. I feel I know my own backyard, and I'm not going to prognosticate on somebody else's house. Here in Illinois, there is an element of an old guard that's suspicious of the liberty message. I think that maybe is a little nervous. They like government that they can control. But I do think that there's a very significant element of the party leadership that's been willing to listen to me. You know, I don't get doors closed to me. People do listen. People, I mean, in the Illinois GOP and the Chicago and Cook County GOP. So I think that there are Republican leaders here in Illinois who maybe are uncomfortable with what we're doing in the liberty movement. But I think here in Illinois they recognize the party was dissected about a decade ago, and they are actively rebuilding. And I think that there is a very legitimate movement within the Republican Party to listen to us, and we have a real opportunity if we're willing to take it.
If the big issue outside of Chicago is jobs, do the people in the 5th District understand that you can't solve a problem caused by too much borrowing and spending with more borrowing and spending, that the government is just going to make things worse with each of these stimulus and bailout programs that it comes down with?
You know, a few months ago, I had a conversation with some union carpenters, and I asked them, well, you must be excited about this stimulus because it's going to start all this finance construction work. They were absolutely disgusted by the stimulus bill. They felt it was going to kill entrepreneurship in America and eliminate their opportunity to get real jobs. These are union workers, union construction workers. This is a very traditional here in the 5th District. That is the backbone of the machine base. They are disgusted. And if those guys are rejecting the tax and spend, big government tactics of the Democrats and a unfortunate wing of the Republican Party, if they're rejecting that, then I think we do have a chance here in the 5th District.
David Ratowitz, thanks for joining us on Freedom Watch.